All right, next exercise right here. We're gonna use a medicine ball, probably one of the best tools you can get to improve your swing. You can use a medicine ball. This is 2 pounds right here. You could also use a soccer ball. The more weight you use, the higher the weight, the more you feel what's going on, the more feedback you get. But of course, there's a limit on that. If it's too heavy, it's hard to perform an exercise right. So we're going to use 2 pounds right now. I would say a range between 2 pounds and 6 pounds is just perfect for that. All right. So straight rotation. There's different variations of that and different progressions of that. Now with this, again, you can learn how to rotate around your axis, not sliding your hips, meaning not losing power. Also, we're gonna add a finish to it. Again, not ending up in a reverse C, therefore not hurting your back, but also improving your power. And also what we will learn is to keep your arms extended and out, not tucking it in, which means if you tuck in your arms in the swing, if you tuck on the club, you're reducing leverage, you're reducing arch, which means you lose a lot of power that way. So we want to keep our arms out, relaxed, and we want to make sure we release the energy towards the club, in this case, towards the ball, okay? So we'll start right here. This is again my swing in an upright position. I have my arms out here. I don't grip the ball. I just have a loose grip right here. From this position right here, I engage my core. I rotate back. Here's my backswing, shoulder rotation. Hips are turned maybe half of my shoulder. From here again, I sit on my right side. From here, I initiate with my hips, pulling on the left, pushing on the right, and through into my finish. So here again is my target. Good finish, shoulders or my hips or my ankle. My arms are still out there. I didn't tuck them in. I didn't grip the ball, which again would be the same as gripping or tightening up on the club, which you would lose a lot of power when you do that. And again, you lose the ability to use the lower body to help. So I come back again, new setup, good stance, similar to your swing, arms out, loose grip, I engage my abs, I rotate back and through. Paul?
Yep.
Okay, good rotation and through. All right, you had a little bit of a dip when you initiated. Okay, so go ahead and start again. So we don't want to have this extra dip before you initiate. Just come back, initiate your hips and rotate through. Arms are extended, very good, and through. All right, let's do the same thing without stopping in the back. Let's have a little bit better transition. Okay, and through. Good finish. Here we go. That's a good finish. Again, shoulders over the hip, over the ankle. Very good. Arms are still extended. Let's do one more. Have a loose grip and through. Very good. Do it again and just start with your arms. So come back and just arms. So you see it's less balanced that way. And also, could you feel that you have less power that way? That you have to use more speed on the top that way?
I could, and I also felt that I overturned with my upper body.
Here we go. Of course, you use your upper body too much, which means you overturn, which again could lead into a hook. All right? So let me show you the next step of that. So what we want to do now, we do the same thing, but we add a little bit of rhythm to it, which means we're not stopping. We don't want to stop in our backswing. There should be a good transition. If you do stop in your backswing, what happens is all the energy you build up by rotating back is lost. As soon as you stop, the energy has to flow somewhere. It'll leave your body and it's gone. So what we want to do is when you rotate back, basically what happens is you're loading up, you're eccentrically loading up the muscles. That's why we have a backswing. You're loading up your muscles. You want to take that energy that is stored and turn it around and use it to hit the ball. So if we stop up there, we lose that energy. That's how a lot of times we can't hit it far enough. All right, so we want to learn how to load and unload. For that, we need a good transition. But we also want to use your abs for that. So what we want to do is just before we turn around, we re-engage our abs. That's something you can practice with this exercise really well. So I start from here. I engage, this is my setup. I rotate back. Here's my turnaround. I initiate with my abs and then my hips, the upper body and my arms follow. So good transition, engage, through, abs in, and through into a good finish. I start again. Engage, rotate through, abs in, rotate through. So we want to have a good transition in the back. Use your abs to initiate your downswing. Fall. Good, very good. Still being balanced at the finish. If he wouldn't be balanced at the finish, that would just mean, again, he would use too much of his upper body. All works together as one unit and through. Here we go, nice balanced finish. Let's do one more. Good transition and through. Very good, I like that, very good. All right, one more progression. Okay, now this we can speed up even more. And we know when we want to hit it further, we want to speed things up, everything gets a little bit more dramatic, and that's when we start doing things we shouldn't do, maybe gripping it too hard. Again, it could be a hook coming over top, starting with our arms, it could be a slice. We lose a lot of power that way. We get into a reverse C, of course we can't control our body. So we want to learn to do those things faster and still be in control. So what I do is, I just add quite a bit of speed to it, and I just do a few repetitions in a row. So this position right here, again, I start with my abs in, I have a loose grip, and rotate, through, rotate, through, rotate, and through. And just keep on going, make sure you still feel in control. Every movement is the same movement. Re-engage your abs right here, engage. And here, engage. So learn that rhythm of re-engaging your abs. Here we go. And through, and go. Good, and abs in, go. Engage, go. Engage, go. It's good rhythm. There's never a speed spike. It's always nice and gradual rhythm. If you think about the pendulum is probably the most precise instrument there is. It always has a gradual increase and decrease of speed. There's never a speed spike or never a sudden stop. That makes it very efficient. Also, that's the least amount of stress on your body that way. Of course, if you have to stop something suddenly or start something suddenly, there's a lot more stress on your joints. Now, we will do this exercise on a range as well, where we release the ball towards the target. And that'll really give you a good indication how you finish. If you're finishing straight towards the target, if you're holding on to the ball and hooking it, if you're releasing early, of course, you're not finishing, which means you're slicing it. See you for the next one.